Alright, this is the review of the contents of my bag. Been meaning to do this video for a while. Just hadn't had time. Now that I have time, we'll start with the lowest compartment. This is the Vanquest, I think, Katara 16 from... I have a bag video of the actual bag itself up already. This is the actual contents. So, Altoids, self-explanatory. This is my cord case, at least for like actual phone stuff. I have a micro USB and I have a backup iPhone cable. This is another anchor case that came with my power bank. Have a power cube, power wall outlet, and then an O-light charger for the flashlight you'll see in a second. This is for my keys, which are usually in here. They're not in here right now. That is an O-light battery charger, and that is my case for my Leatherman if I need to put it on my belt. And then notes, because those aren't waterproof. I needed them to be waterproof if this bag were to get wet. In here is miscellaneous stuff. I have more hair bands. Also, they're great for tying stuff together if you need to. This little portion gets difficult to get everything out of here. Another hair band. This is a fire billow. If you don't want to get down on your hands and knees and blow into the fire, you blow into this end and it comes down this end. Fire steel, also self-explanatory. Tweezers, because the needle nose pliers on the Leatherman are not always the best. These are just cheap ones I found somewhere, and I like to keep as much stuff green in here as I can. That's my favorite color. These are filter, like extra cotton filters for this filter I have in the bag. And this is, for those who don't know, a little tiny space pen. Writes upside down in the water, whatever you need it to do. And I could have more stuff in this pouch, I just don't. Like, it can fit, I think, like 4 water bottles in there if you need to, which I have done if I'm taking this bag and no one else is carrying anything. So in this smaller compartment, it's a little hard to show. After that falls out, I have a lot of stuff in here. So that thing that fell out is a head strap for this flashlight. It's a right angle flashlight with a magnet on the back. It's from Army Tech. It is a great light. It's mainly in there for when I ride my electric bike, so I have a headlight and not just relying on the headlight of the car. I mean, technically it would be a headlamp. I live in Texas, so it's nice to have some sunblock just in case. This is my Leatherman signal. I don't know if it'll show up there. There it is. And of course, the green tether. I'll show why a lot of stuff is green, especially something like this one. If I drop it, that'll come in handy with the light later. Hand moisturizer. That's more important in the wintertime. Oh yeah, that's where those went. These are dog waste bags, like just little basically mini trash bags. It's nice to have if you need to pick something up and you don't want to hold it. This bag, there's like floss and some paracord in there right now, but this is mainly if I like go to the pool or something and I need to dump all of the stuff out of my pockets. This is what all that stuff goes into. It's just a nice way to keep everything contained. A little roll of electrical tape. And I have some antihistamines because I don't usually get allergies, but when I do, I get like hives all over my body and it's terrible. Hand sanitizer. I also have deodorant. This is my bigger flashlight. The O-Light Warrior 2R, I believe, yeah. It has some really bright modes. If you light press the back, it'll give you full output, and then it will strobe if I put it fully down. Don't feel like doing that right now. This little pouch, that's something that doesn't need to be showed. These are Surefire earplugs. That's another hairband. I got the Compass. It's a cheap one, but I think it works. And it has a temperature gauge on it. I have a GoPro in here because I do make videos, and whenever it's raining, I don't want to use my phone and get it destroyed. And then there's one stray AAA battery for my EDC stuff. That's all that's in the little compartments, and as I said in the last video, I don't use the hidden compartment any. I do have carabiners. I usually take one of those off and use it for my Nalgene, and I'll clip it to my belt. And these are just my form of morale patches, because I got them for free, and this one came from my little nephew. So, as we open the main portion, we'll start on this side. So, you can undo this all the way, which I'll just do for the sake of the video. A paracord, big old thing of, I think it's like 30-40 feet of this. You never know when you need it, and there's not much replacement for rope when you need it. Emergency blanket. I used to not carry one of these, but I actually have had to use it to save my life before, and I'm so glad I had that. This is the water filter that I was talking about. Those other things were the pre-filters for it. They go, oh my god, I was knocking it over. They go in the back here. You just open it up, catch, and drink out of it. It is virus rated, but just barely. But also, the big thing, it has a charcoal filter. Since I live in the city, that charcoal filter is very handy. And then a bandana. Should know what that's for. And this is my big, like, searchlight. Like, this thing has, I think, 450 meters of throw. And something that why I have everything in green is, I don't know if it'll show up on camera. Yeah, it does. It glows almost whenever you have a blue light on like a, what is it called? Like a fluorescent green. It'll make it glow. It does it to orange stuff somewhat. Like, let me grab one of the lights. The LED will like glow in orange, and it's more perceptible to the human eye. It'll glow in an orange way, so like certain orange colors will do it, but if you drop this out in grass or in dirt and you shine this blue light on it, they'll glow like that, and you can find stuff. Can be helpful, can't if you don't have the light, it doesn't matter. But also I have all of this stuff in here, as most of it isn't stuff that I will use every day. Actually, I rarely use any of this stuff every day. But the bag is set up to the point to where if I wake up in the middle of the night and a family emergency happens, I can grab the contents of the bag and just grab the bag and go, and I have an everyday carry in the bag. So that's helpful. This is my full, well, not my full, because it doesn't have everything I need. I need to work on this one. I know it's not what it needs to be, but that's my medical kit. This is medical tape. I use electrical tape because, in my opinion, it sticks better than the cheap stuff. This is a little VanQuest bag that I've had for like 3 years. It works pretty good. Let me get on this side so I can show you so you have this tethered to something, or you have this tethered to you, and you just pull, it opens up. Now, I found out a way to make a tourniquet out of paracord. I don't recommend that. You should just get a real tourniquet, and I'm working on that. That's something I'm planning on buying soon. Right here are 2 containers of alcohol because, I mean, personally, it's like disinfection and searing the wound shut are generally what you need to do. And then I have 2 wrapped bandages, and then there's some alcohol pads under there. Also in here, these are little tubes full of honey. And I don't like using like Neosporin because it usually goes bad, and honey doesn't go bad. So that's what I keep in there, and the honey is a natural antiseptic. It's been used for thousands of years to treat wounds. So that's something. The one thing I do have going that's right is I have the Leatherman Raptor shears, and there's nothing around here that I'm willing to cut and mess up to show that these things will cut through anything. But you can look up videos of these on YouTube and people cut through everything. These ones are a big step up from other shears where they have the seatbelt cutter, that's an oxygen wrench, and then it has a holster. I use the holster at work because I usually use that seatbelt cutter to cut zip ties. And then it has a ring cutter right here. So these are a great thing, and then also because they fold up, let me actually show you how they fold up. You push these triangles and they fold, and they're smaller than even the miniature shears. So these are a great thing to have in any medical kit. I highly recommend shears. Only thing is those are $70, so they're quite a lot for shears. And then the last portion of my bag is behind this, which certain times of the year has a hydration carrier in it, but right now it does not. So I have heavy duty mechanics gloves. They're size small because I have small hands, and they fit me perfect. And this is one of the most important things in my kit. I need to get a better sheath for it. It is the, I think it's Ontario Knife Company, the Cerberus. Gideon's Tactical did a great video on this one. That's what made me want to buy it. This knife, it fits good. The handle's a little thin, but for most uses it's just fine. I did my own job on the back to make it a square spine so it'll scrape the fire steel. But this is in the bag not because I need a large knife, it's because I don't every day carry a fixed blade. And if you need to baton or you need to do anything more strenuous on a knife, this one also doesn't have a delicate tip, so I can do a little more prying with it. So that's why this is in here. So now that I've completely unloaded my bag and shown you guys the contents, I believe that is all that is in here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So most of this stuff, I think I did in the comments of my other of the bag video. I've been talking to this other guy, and he talked about the Moab 6, and most of this stuff stayed the same. The only difference was I had a lot less room on the interior of the bag for extra stuff, like if I'm gonna bring like an extra shirt or like a jacket or something. Other than that, that's generally what happens. And if I do bring a jacket, I generally loop it right here, just loop it through, and then let me grab something real quick to show that. This is a dress shirt, but just for the, or it's actually not a dress shirt, it's a button-up shirt, but just to show, you would loop it through like this, and then you fold it over itself, and then you can throw it that way. And then you can still wear the backpack and it not be on your neck or anything. And that's what I do with my jackets. But yeah, I think that's my video. I don't want to drown this out any longer than it needs to be. If you like the video, please like it and share it if you find anybody, if you know anybody who will like it. Thanks for watching.